Let's get more on this from Sharron Livingston, founder of the travel magazine website. Thanks for joining us. Do you think this potential lifting of the quarantine measures is going to mean a lot more people do take the plunge and book abroad now?
I think there will be a lot more interest in travel. There are always die-hard travellers that just cannot wait to get out there. Perhaps they've got lockdown fatigue, they just couldn't wait to get their summer holiday in. But I think a lot of people will be hesitating because it's very difficult to predict what's going to happen next with the COVID virus. So, for instance, if there's a spike somewhere, then the corridor or the airbridge or the traffic light system, as it's now called, may change. So you've booked your flights, you've booked your holiday, but your plans may be scuppered because of these things that happen.
And are you covered by holiday insurance if that's the case? I know it might depend on different types of cover and when you take it out.
Holiday insurance is a bit of a tricky one. You have to make sure that when you speak to your travel company and the policy that you're taking out, that it specifically says cancellation due to COVID. Otherwise, it may not be. And also, it also depends on what the Foreign Office is saying as well. At the same time, if the Foreign Office is saying don't travel as it is right now, and you've booked, and then it's cancelled, it's going to be complicated. So it's worth checking your travel policy.
And what are you seeing about people's concerns around the whole question of safety? Is it safe to get on a plane? Is it safe to go into a hotel room or a flat or a house where lots of other people have been through before, and some of them could have been infectious at the time without realising it, for example?
Do you know what? Travel at any time is always risky. That's why we take out travel insurance and we take precautions. With things like this, it's just another way of building in a risk factor for yourself. The fact is that airlines are having to implement ways of creating a bigger sense of security. For instance, air masks and hygiene on board. I mean, everybody has to wear a mask once you get on a plane. It's going to be very difficult to social distance on a plane because, after all, it's just a tube. So hotels, a lot of them are now looking for ways to implement better hygiene. So because they want people to come, so it's a good business decision to do that. And we can expect to see great certification coming out about hygiene. There will be a lot of talk about that, and it's really important that hotels do that, and they are. So from that point of view, it's probably okay to travel, but it's up to you as to whether or not you feel you can take the plunge right now.
Where do you think the most popular places are going to be?
Well, definitely Spain, France, Italy, Greece. Greece can't wait for us to come back, actually, neither can Spain. And they've already done a unilateral freeing up of quarantine for Brits in anticipation of us coming. They really want us to come. So those will always be the hotspots. I believe that they will all be on the list when the announcement finally comes. There's a little bit of hesitation around Portugal. Not all of Portugal, just Lisbon, where the COVID-19 incidence has spiked. But that just means that Madeira and the Algarve, which are very popular, will be tarred with that brush too. So they also will be missing out by not being part of the corridor list.
And just briefly, are you going to book a trip abroad this summer?
Well, I have booked a couple of trips, but not abroad. But that's because I've discovered that Britain, well, not discovered, but I reiterate that Britain has a fabulous coastline and it has some beautiful spots to discover. So I will be doing that. Although if I was to book, it will probably be later in the year.
Okay. Sharron Livingston, good patriotic holidaying to you.